Joining me in the studio here at Techcelerate is John Zai, who is the founder and CEO of Cocoon Networks. John, thank you very much for joining us here today. Tell me about Cocoon Networks.
Cocoon Networks, wow, it's going to be a very long story, but I try to make it very short. So basically, 4 years ago, we're a pure Chinese venture capital firm.
Yep.
3 years ago, we're kind of like incubate, accelerate innovation stuff. 2 years ago, we started to become like a platform, like ecosystem between UK and China in terms of the technology, intellectual property transfer. But now we're kind of like a bridge connect with the UK and China in terms of technology, innovation, and investment.
So I was actually out in China a few weeks ago with a load of British firms. We went to Shenzhen and finding out more about, I guess there's this culture of innovation over there. Stuff gets done very, very quickly. What I'm interested in is the other way around. So when you are looking at UK firms, what is it that you find here in London, in the UK, that is particularly attractive to investors that you represent over in China?
I mean, to be honest, a lot of Chinese investors, they pay a lot of attention in USA market, in Israel market. They don't actually pay too much attention into European or UK market. But they ignore, but they actually, they didn't actually find out some real tech, some real IP-driven, really good technology was actually happened a lot in UK. I mean, this is something we really want to educate the Chinese investor to let them to know this is really based on how many good university, like Silicon Valley is because of Stanford, but here we have the 4 in the top 10 in the world.
Yeah. And what kind of technologies, therefore, is it that you're finding that are particularly attractive? I mean, is it things like artificial intelligence and so on, fintech?
So basically, what we're looking for is anything China really needed, and the UK, by coincidence, is one of the best. They have the best in the world. So something like AI, fintech, blockchain, big data, medical device, biotech. I mean, all of these, the UK having, we're having some technology which is even better than American.
And what about in the other direction then, when you speak with startups here, and goodness knows we're representing enough of them here at Techcelerate at London Tech Week, when you're, I guess, showing what China has to offer in terms of investment, but also scale-ups, what's the kind of carrot that you dangle that you hope that they'll be able to bite on?
So first of all, we have to educate the startup company here as well, because most of them, the first priority for them to thinking about is like American market, European market. The very few of them, they were thinking about to put China as a first priority. Very simple, because they don't speak Chinese and they don't know the culture in China. So we basically telling them, so look at this, all right? Let's don't even mention too much about Brexit. But in the future, what is the biggest consumer market, or what is the biggest market in the world? I think that will be China. Secondly, I mean, China has become more and more internationally. To be honest, I mean, I think in China, like 50% or 40% of the people in the major city, they're speaking very good English, just like me. And then I always give an example. I mean, sometimes the reason why you didn't actually get too much investing in UK, that's because the UK investors thinking your business model is not enough to scale up. But if you can bring your technology, your business model to go to China market, that will be like 10 times bigger, like 100 times bigger in terms of the population. So you're having a better chance in China.
The go-to-market is very, very different culturally in Europe to how it is in China. And, China, unless you're on platforms like WeChat, for example, then you're going to be missing out on a huge part of the market, aren't you?
I think so, but this is the challenge, and the challenge always means the opportunity. If you can actually overcome it, you will be the first, group of the UK company to actually get the benefit from the China market.
So here's something I didn't know: London Tech Week isn't only in London. London Tech Week is in other places other than London. It's also in Shenzhen and Shanghai.
Yes,
I didn't know that. Tell me more.
This is, Cocoon Networks has been a founder for 4 years' time. So about 4 years ago, I started doing Cocoon Networks, and I want to make Cocoon Networks. It's not like people give you some saying, oh, this is a Chinese venture capital firm. I want to be local. And that's why we get involved with London Tech Week in the last 2 years, and we've been the one of the major sponsors for the London Tech Week. But this year I want to do something special. I mean, every year I see a few Chinese investors coming here, but I can tell you, I mean, they didn't actually see the real London Tech Week, and they didn't actually, not too much people in China, they're having a chance to see what is London Technology Week. And not too much, London technology company or startup company, they get a chance to meet a real Chinese investor. So this year we decided we're going to be bring the London Tech Week back to China to showing to the Chinese investor what is real London Tech Week. And I'm very excited because imagine, this is very interesting. So the biggest European biggest like technology festival, the first time to take place outside of London. We didn't actually choosing USA. We didn't choosing any other city in European. We choosing China. So this is very significant meaning for London, China, UK technology collaboration.
And speaking of collaboration, but the other way around, China, UK high tech. That's something that's taking place here as part of London Tech Week this year.
Yeah, I'm very proud of. I mean, to be honest, in the first year, China UK High Tech Festival is only being one of our launch event. But the second year and the third year, we starting to become one of the official China UK technology angle focus, like very official event. And for this event, we just really wanted, this year we bring 106 Chinese investors come to UK to say what is the London tech, what is the real technology which we can be, benefit with the bigger China market to connect the UK to Chinese money, Chinese market, and the UK technology. So, I mean, this is basically another event which we try to make it happen. So we bring the London technology company and the London tech leader go back to China to see the China market. And this time is for us to bring the Chinese investor to come to London to see what's happening in London. And the China UK High Tech Festival is a great, event which we can combine these two, things, the Chinese investor with the London, technology, to put in one venue to let them to, you match them.
John, it sounds like great work you are doing. Keep building those bridges and look forward to seeing you here again next year.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.